Alliance of groups from across France call for measures to make crossings safer after 77 deaths recorded in 2024. More than 70 organizations from across France will come together on Saturday to protest in Calais about UK policies to try to stop people crossing the channel. At least 77 people died trying to cross the channel in 2024. These 77 people are the ones that have record of. What about people that embarked on that journey? Nobody found their bodies, and nobody knew that they embarked on that journey. Nobody knew that they drowned in that sea. So these 77 is just the ones they know. The highest number since crossing began in 2018. Non-governmental organizations that monitor these deaths believe the total figure last year was even higher, with 89 deaths at the UK-French border of people attempting to reach the UK. So on one side, these organizations have 77 people, while on the other side, they are saying it's even higher with 89 deaths. And any right-thinking person should equally know that it's far more than that 89. The 89 is just the ones they are aware of. The UK government has committed to stopping channel crossings by breaking up the people smuggling gangs that organize them, but last year had the second highest number of crossings on record, with 36,816 people reaching the UK via small boats, more than the 29,437 who crossed the channel in 2023. So, truth be told, as long as the West, because this is not the case of UK alone, as long as the West continue to think that the colonial part that they have with the developing countries, or some of the countries they say they give independence, which they did not really give independence, as long as they keep claiming rights over those countries' natural resources, they will indirectly keep frustrating those economies of those countries. And when those countries cannot have a total control, cannot have a total say, cannot dictate how their natural resources will be sold in order to generate the proper revenue they need, without going to IMF or World Bank to take loans that they might not be able to pay in 200 years because of the 19% interest they are giving them. That is to show you that when it comes to Africa, it's African countries that are keeping the IMF, keeping the World Bank in business, because the 19% they are charging African countries, thereby controlling the monetary policies in those countries, controlling the economies of those countries, is what is keeping IMF and World Bank afloat. And as long as third world countries, developing economies, cannot manage their own resources, and they still have this issue of this one single currency dictating and holding other currencies captive, the truth be told, people will keep migrating. And that's one of the reasons I'm hoping that the BRICS, the dollarization agenda, will succeed. Because if it does, it will lead to an economic revolution. It will lead many emerging economies or developing countries' economies to be stabilized. And when these countries' economies are stabilized, when things are working in these countries, you will see that no right-thinking citizens will be risking their lives in this dangerous journey. Even the right way to come, you will find it difficult that people will be paying such hilarious amount to go to migrate to another man's land in search of greener pastures that they don't even know what awaits them on getting there. And you will see that when that happens, most of these countries will reduce the hilarious amount they are calling for people to migrate to their country in the legal way. You will see that they don't need to implement measures to freeze assets or accounts of these smuggling gangs. These things will happen naturally. But that is to show you that these people, they know the root of these problems, but they refuse to solve these problems from the root, and they are just cutting it in between. And that's why you see that each time these problems keeps emerging more mightier than it was. This monster they are trying to fight or to reduce will even become a mightier monster that they are now finding it difficult to deal with. So if the West really want to fight illegal migration, really want to stop people from using the Mediterranean Sea, they should hands off from emerging economies, developing economies that they are controlling the natural resources of such countries, and allow those countries to manage their affairs.